Tom was out on his combine that morning. Dry, cold air, clean rows of corn. A sheriff's pickup rolled up with two deputies and a guy in a suit. They lined up like they'd rehearsed it. The suit lifted a hand. "Mr. Grayson? You've got 15 minutes, he said. "Court order. The farm is now under control of Plains Harvest Capital." Tom shut the combine off, climbed down, and took the folder. Seal looked real. Date was today. Judge's signature, legit. "I didn't sell anything. I didn't sign anything," he said. "We have a refinancing agreement and a lien," the suit said. "You failed to meet the terms of your restructuring." "I never started a restructuring." The sheriff kept quiet. Deputies called a tow for the combine. "You have 15 minutes, the suit repeated. "Then we seal the property." Tom felt the ground go out from under him. He didn't argue. He went in the house, grabbed 2 boxes of papers, the old laptop, and a framed photo of him and his dad on their first tractor. When he stepped back on the porch, that yellow tape was already going up across the equipment shed. It lodged in his throat like a hook. He's 48. 300 acres in central Iowa. His dad ran it 40 years. Tom didn't see war, but he served in the Guard. Floods, hurricanes, evacuations. Came back, got married, raised a boy, paid his notes. He loved the land like you love a good belt. You don't admire it. It just holds your life together. 5 years back, a bad season and a dryer failure forced him into a loan for equipment. Rates were high, crops saved him. 2 steady years. Then a broker pitched Plains Harvest to refi and simplify. Tom passed. Papers too tricky. 6 months later, the broker disappeared. Today, court order. His son Liam stood in the kitchen doorway with a backpack. "Dad, what is this?" "Temporary," Tom said. "I'll get it back." "Where do we go?" "Aunt May's for a couple days." "I'm going to the county office." Liam nodded. He's not a kid who asks a lot. Losing his mom 2 years ago made him quiet. Tom loaded the boxes into the old Ford and headed to town. One thought spun in his head. I didn't sign. At the recorder's office, a clerk named Carol ran his parcel number. 10 minutes typing. Then her printer rattled out a stack. She slid it over. "Here it is. A lien filed 9 months ago. Notary, Deborah Sloan," she said. "See?" Tom looked. His signature wasn't his. Different T, different swing. "I don't know this," he said. "Do you have a lawyer?" "Not yet. I'd file for a temporary restraining order on the sale," she said. "Tom is tight." "Print everything with Plains Harvest on it," he said. She printed more. There was a restructuring request, an appraisal approval, confirmations of mailed notices. Every one had Tom's signature. "I never got these letters," he said. "That's my address. Why didn't I see them?" "Since certified," Carol said. "Here are the receipts." On the receipts, you could barely make out the scrawl. Looked like a bad fax. Or a font pretending to be human. "You've seen a lot of these," he said. "Does this look fake?" "I can't say that officially," she said. "But the notary seal is odd. Serial number format is off. Could be an old stamp." "Where do I find Deborah Sloan?" She wrote down a number. "Be careful," she added. "They came here with a lawyer. Tried to scare us." Tom walked out to the lot. His phone buzzed. "Mr. Grayson," a voice from Plains Harvest. "We can arrange a peaceful move out. Sign a release, and we'll offer $15,000 for relocation." "I'll sign the warrant for your arrest," Tom said, and hung up. He dialed the number on the note. Tired woman's voice, attorney Deborah Sloan. "You a notary too?" "Used to be. Now I practice law." "Who's this?" "Tom Grayson, farmer. Your notary stamp is on lien papers tied to my farm." Silence. Then, "Come to my office at 2. Don't discuss this with anyone else." Her office was over a pharmacy. Old carpet, 2 bookcases, a scanner on the desk. Deborah's in her mid-50s, short gray hair, clear eyes. "Show me," she said. He handed her the copies. She ran a finger along the seal. "That's my old seal," she said. "I surrendered it 3 years ago when I closed my notary practice. This date is 9 months ago. I didn't sign these, and I certainly didn't meet you. This is counterfeit." "How does that happen?" "Seals go missing. Somebody gets access to confiscated storage, or buys a lot of office junk at a flea market, or someone here collects old seals. It happens. The real question is, who benefits?" Plains Harvest Capital. They're aggressive. They buy distressed notes, bundle them, and push borrowers into restructures with traps, Deborah said. But they're careful. They don't usually jump straight into criminal territory. This signature job is sloppy. You got contacts in the state, financial regulator, AG's office. I do. They're slow. When's the sale? Order says 3 weeks. County courthouse steps. Then we run in parallel. I'll file for a TRO. You gather facts that show a scheme, bad notices, access to the seal, any link to the notary. And people, find others this happened to. I know a couple names, Tom said. Bar talk. I'll send public records requests. You go to the post office. Pull tracking on those certified letters. Find out who signed. She shook his hand. Hold your line, Mr. Grayson. Don't do anything I'll have to apologize for in court. I'm not stupid, he said. That's clear, she said, and meant it. At the post office, the supervisor looked at Tom, then his license, then his phone. I can't show you recipient signatures without a subpoena, he said. Policy. These letters changed my life, Tom said. I don't have time. I get it, the supervisor said. Talk to a cop or the county attorney. Just give me the basics. Who usually signs my certified mail? He sighed. If nobody's home, we sometimes try a neighbor if we know them. Otherwise, we leave a slip. Your route is Katie Parsons. She's here. Katie came out from the back. Young, ball cap. I know Mr. Grayson, she said, but I don't remember his signature. We leave slips if no one's home. These show signatures, Tom said, holding up copies. Katie looked. Not our form, she said. Seal looks wrong. I'll say this much. If the tracking code uses a different city prefix, she squinted, then it could be a private courier pretending to be USPS. We've had this with a collection firm. Name: Glenridge Servicing. Tom wrote it down. His hand stopped shaking. He had a thread. Thanks. Careful, she said. They came in yelling when we wouldn't confirm their deliveries. Back at Aunt May's, Tom spread the papers on the table. Liam pulled up a chair. How do I help? Laptop and patience. We search everything on Plains Harvest Capital and Glenridge Servicing. Also Deborah Sloan, her seal, who could have accessed it. I'm on it, Liam said. An hour later, Liam found a Minnesota Farm Forum. Thread from 3 months ago, Plains and Glenridge tagging up. Folks wrote about odd letters, forged signatures, surprise restructures. One user, Prairie Watcher, posted a photo of a Nebraska notary seal that had popped up in 3 cases. Message him, Tom said. I'm messaging. Tom's phone buzzed. Unknown number. Stop digging, Grayson, a voice said. You lost a field today. Tomorrow you can lose something else. Tom killed the call and opened a recording app. Habit from supplier disputes. Record the next one. Who was that? Liam asked. Empty threat, Tom said. We pick up the pace. That night, the dogs barked. Tom stepped out and saw a little black magnet stuck to his hood, a tracker. He pulled it off and dropped it in a metal box. Big boy games, he muttered. All right. Next day, Deborah filed for a TRO. Odds were thin, but it bought them a break. Tom drove over to see a neighbor, Ben Stanton. Ben lost his farm 2 months back. Works at the elevator now. I took their restructure, Ben said, handing Tom coffee in a plastic cup. Thought it would save me. Hidden clause let him flip my note to callable, then they doubled the payments. I missed once they pounced. They showed a signature approving the change. I never signed it. Judge said, it's your signature, your responsibility. I couldn't fight it. Notary? Tom asked. Different one. Nebraska. Name was French. She lost her stamp 3 years ago. Someone found it, Ben said. They buy notes from the bank. Glenridge communicates. The machine's simple, grind you down. Who's behind Plains? I saw their fixer in the bar, Ben said. Charles Strong. Used to be at Tri-County Bank. Knows every portfolio in the county. Moved to Plains 2 years ago, right after Tri-County sold a batch of AG loans to somebody's shell. Why's the judge with them? 'Cause they walk in with neat binders, Ben said. We walk in with the truth and no evidence. Where do I find Strong? County Development Alliance. They're a sponsor now. New gym's got their logo. Tom thanked him and left with a plan forming. He headed to the library. Jeremy, a college IT kid, ran the computer corner. I need help with digital footprints, Tom said. Can we pull metadata off PDFs? Sure, Jeremy said. Bring a thumb drive. They grabbed the files Prairie Watcher had posted. 3 deals from 3 states. Jeremy opened properties. Look, he said. Author is JS ScanDesk. Same scanner software. Same device ID across files. Like a VIN. Can you read the serial? Partly. JS. 8231K. Let me check. 10 minutes later, he had a service manual for the ScanDesk 8231 from a company called Jensen Systems. Their Midwest clients included a few loan servicers. One was Glenridge. So those originals likely got scanned on their machine, Tom said. Not bulletproof in court, but a thread, Jeremy said. A thread's enough to braid a rope, Tom said. What about timestamps? Time zone is CST across all. Creation time is an hour before the notary meeting date. Means someone drafted the doc before your supposed meeting. You can fake this, but it's a mark. Thanks, Jeremy. Stay close. I'll need more. Deborah called after lunch. We got a 7-day TRO on the eviction, she said. Not much, but it's a window. Hearing on extending it is in a week. Good. I have first finds. They met. Tom laid out post office, servicer, metadata, the old seal. We add witnesses, Deborah said. And we need a reporter. Public light slows people who like shadows. We have one, Molly Reeves, Tom said. Local paper. I trust her. Call her. No tech details yet. Just facts and faces. He called. Tom, I heard about your place, Molly said. What do you need? Hearing next week. I'm proving forgery and a scheme. I need eyes on this from day one. And the story needs to be clear. Not every loan is like this, but something's wrong here. I'll be there tonight, she said. I also know someone in the AG's office. No promises, but I'll try. Tom hung up and heard engines. A drone flew over Aunt May's place, hovered, took a look, then headed west. Looks like we have company, Tom said. Liam, get the old RF blaster, the one we used for crows. They knocked the drone out on its second pass. It dropped behind the garage. On the body, Horizon Aerial Services. Tom shot the serial, sent it to Deborah. She fired off a request. Who ordered a flight over private land. That night a pickup rolled by slow. Liam wrote the plate. Tom texted it to a buddy in patrol. 30 minutes later, rental, Shell LLC named Ironfield Logistics. They've got a web, Tom said, and pinned a map on the wall. Plains, Glenridge, Horizon, Ironfield. The more names, the more threads. Next 3 days were a sprint. Deborah and Tom built a list of victims. Ben brought 2 more. Heidi Lawrence, dairy, and the Quint brothers, soy. Same patterns. Trap restructure. Letters they never saw. Signatures not theirs. Molly published. Farmers allege forged paperwork in Plains harvest cases. Plains' comment was dry. We follow the law. Deborah filed TROs in several cases. Some judges gave 3 days, some 5. It jammed the machine. Monday morning, Tom went to Glenridge's office, a small place between a garage and an empty supermarket. He stepped into reception. I need the manager. It's about my account, he said. Next slot is Wednesday, the receptionist said. I'll wait here, Tom said, and sat. 10 minutes later, a thin-necked guy in a blue shirt came out. I'm Evan Ross. What's the issue? I got certified letters from you, Tom said. Post office won't confirm. The signatures are fakes. Explain. We use subcontractors, Ross said. Everything is compliant. You gave me 3 hours before a lockout, Tom said. That's not compliant. We executed a court order. You got that order using illegal methods. You flew illegal surveillance over private land. Tom showed the drone photo. You used old notary seals. He put down Deborah's seal copy. And your originals show the same scanner across 3 states. For a second, Ross's face changed. Then he straightened up. No point talking without counsel, he said. Great. Bring counsel, Tom said. Meanwhile, I'll call Molly Reeves. She's outside. Security, Ross told the receptionist. No need, Tom said. I'm walking out. But hear me. I'm taking this to court with every farmer you broke and every postal worker you lied to. If you've got a way out, it's you starting to talk. I have nothing to say, Ross said. We'll see, Tom said, and stepped into the lot. Molly was there with a camera. Well? They're nervous, he said. Good. That evening a call came from Prairie Watcher. My name's Nate, the voice said. I worked at Tri-County Bank. 2 years ago, we were pushed to sell our bad AG loans. Buyer was a shell. Behind it was Charles Strong. After the sale, he left the bank and joined Plains. I saw an internal memo. They planned to push borrowers into restructures with a hidden right to change terms at will. You safe to talk? Tom asked. No, Nate said. I'm in South Dakota, but I've got copies. I'll send them through a dead drop online. One more thing. There's an operator at Glenridge who knows about the seals. His name is Owen Marsh. Thanks, Nate, Tom said. That matters. Be careful. Strong's got ties in the county courthouse. Tom hung up. Liam had been listening. It's moving, he said. Yeah. Warmer means riskier, Tom said. That night, someone tried the back door of Aunt May's garage. Tom stepped out with a flashlight. Two guys in masks saw the beam and ran. He didn't chase. He called the police. They came 40 minutes later, found a piece of stripped wire. Looks like someone wanted to play with your breaker box, the officer said. Short it out. Be careful. I will. The hearing was Wednesday. The room was full, farmers, reporters, plains folks. Judge was a strict woman in her 60s. Deborah stood. Your Honor, we asked to extend the TRO. There's credible evidence the documents behind this non-judicial foreclosure contain forged signatures and an illegally reused notary seal. We also have material evidence of defective borrower notice, she said, laying out the facts. We have 4 other borrowers with matching PDF metadata showing the same scanner, and a USPS statement that the delivery slips don't match their forms. Plains lawyer, smooth, expensive, got up. Speculation, Your Honor. No expert reports. Seals aren't our responsibility. We rely on Glenridge, a professional servicer. Notices were proper. Debts are real. Defaults are real. Deborah asked to call a witness. Your Honor, Deborah Sloan is present. Her name was used as the notary. She'll swear she didn't sign. The judge looked at Deborah. Miss Sloan, will you testify? Yes, Your Honor. I surrendered that seal 3 years ago. I did no notary work in that period. That signature is not mine. Accepted, the judge said. TRO extended for 30 days. Preliminary evidentiary hearing set. Defense will produce full original documents by week's end. Plaintiff will provide a witness list and preliminary expert summaries. The room murmured. Molly nodded at Tom. After court, the same suit from the field approached Tom. Come by our office, he said. We can talk. We'll talk in court, Tom said. He gave a thin smile and walked off. Days after that were about building the case. Deborah brought in a handwriting expert. Jeremy wrote a clean technical report on metadata. Molly's contact at the AG's office pulled info on Horizon Aerial Services. Turned out they had orders to monitor collateral from Ironfield Logistics, and Ironfield's checks came from Glenridge. Nate sent the Tri-County letters. One was Strong's internal note, recommendation, bulk sale of distressed AG assets into an SPV with aggressive servicer tactics. Key, control of notices and acceleration of defaults. There was a consultant list. Jensen Systems was on it. So the scanner wasn't random. They needed Owen Marsh. They learned he ate lunch at Blue Spruce Cafe. Tom sat in the back. Owen's a skinny blonde guy with a nervous tic. He came in for a burger. Tom walked over. Owen, I'm Tom Grayson. I need a minute. I don't have time for you, Owen said. I'm not asking for money. Just the truth. One time. Not here. Step outside. Owen stared, took a bite, put the burger down, and followed him into the alley. 5 minutes, he said. You work at Glenridge, Tom said. Who prints the delivery slips with signatures? Who keeps old notary seals? I don't know about seals, Owen said, voice shaking. The slips come from Quality Notice Services. They're letterhead. We pay them, they drop off stacks. Sometimes the signatures are already on them. They call it preprint. Not our idea. Where are they? Office in Wisconsin. And the seals? I saw a box in Ross's office. Labeled Archive Seals. He said for training. Owen, you'll be called to court. If you talk now, you come out cleaner, Tom said. They'll crush me, Owen said. My contract has penalties. I signed an NDA. NDA doesn't cover crimes, Tom said. I'm not a lawyer, but that's true. My lawyer will protect you. And the AG's office can help. Owen looked down, then up. All right. I'll write what I know. I won't go on camera. I need witness protection, at least while this runs. I'll ask, Tom said. They swapped numbers. Owen walked away, checking over his shoulder. Friday morning, Deborah got a plain envelope. Inside, a flash drive and a note. Don't trust Strong. The drive held an audio file from a Plains conference room. A voice that sounded like Strong. We keep the judge inside the process. No emotion, just documents. No originals. Certified copies only. Originals stay with Jensen Systems. And trigger quality notice for any borrower who goes quiet. Deborah listened 3 times, then called her AG contact. We have a likely confession about fake notices and hiding originals. We need a search warrant. Give me the weekend, they said. Don't leak this before we move. Agreed, she said, and tipped Molly only this. A witness has appeared. That night Liam noticed hits on their case site from one IP over and over, the County Development Alliance building. Strong's office. They're watching, Liam said. Let M, Tom said. We're not hiding. The next shove came after dark. Somebody lit Aunt May's gate on fire. Fire crew got there fast. Half the fence burned. Tom stood in the smoke. His phone pinged. Last warning. Morning, Molly ran a front-page photo of the charred gate. Headline: Intimidation won't work. She wrote tight. No drama, just facts. The state capitol is watching. Saturday, Tom and Liam drove to Wisconsin. Quality Notice's address was a gray box in a business park. Sign on the door, but locked. A truck with Q&S on the side sat in the lot. The guard said, closed. Weekend. Tom showed Deborah's card. We have questions. Send an email, the guard said. I don't know anything. Tom shot photos. Lot. License plates. Corner cameras. Liam spotted a detail. See that? Back lot has a paper waste container labeled confidential. Pick up every Saturday. Today is Saturday, Tom said. No truck yet, Liam said. They left, but Liam pulled 2 public cams from across the street. Somebody had left them open online. At 3:20 p.m., a truck came and hauled the bin. The driver looked familiar. Zooming the frame, Ross. Himself. So Glenridge and Quality Notice share people, Tom said. That ties them together. They went home tired, but with photos to show. Monday morning, Deborah called. The state AG approved warrants on Glenridge and Jensen Systems. A state judge signed. Rates were set for Wednesday. Tom's civil hearing on the merits was Thursday. Everything was packed into 1 week. We need the originals by Thursday, Deborah said. If not, they'll walk in with certified copies and the judge might take them. What do you need from me? Be in town Wednesday morning. If there are arrests, we'll have to keep witnesses steady. Tuesday night, Owen texted, I'm ready. 9 a.m. I'll be there. I'll bring the box. He attached a photo, box with a label, archive seals. Wednesday, 8:45 a.m., Glenridge's lot. Plain clothes and 2 uniforms went in. Tom sat 2 blocks away and watched. At 9:02, Owen walked out the back with a box and a folder. A woman agent met him, took the box, walked him to a Ford. 5 minutes later, they brought Ross out the front in cuffs. A local TV guy was already filming. Same day, Jensen Systems got a visit. They found a shelf with a dozen old notary seals from different states for training and a server with backups. One folder labeled PH Interfroric. Inside, dozens of scans with timestamps and user tags. The user tag on several was CS admin. CS. Liam asked. Charles Strong, Tom said. Deborah came to Aunt May's that evening. You could see her shoulders lower an inch. We've got grounds for a criminal case, she said. Tomorrow is the civil day. The judge still has to stay neutral. We present clean. Who? How? When? I'm ready, Tom said. They rehearsed. Tom would keep it short. Deborah would hammer details. The expert would be precise. Thursday. Packed courtroom. Strong sat with Plains attorneys. Ross wasn't there. He was in county. Owen was in the witness room with agents. The judge called it. Deborah opened. Your Honor, we will show the defendants ran a pattern. Forged notary seals, fake delivery slips, and hiding originals. The goal wasn't to collect debt lawfully. It was to shortcut due process. We don't deny the debt exists. We deny the method. She called Deborah Sloan. She swore the seal was fake. Jeremy showed the metadata, same scanner, same footprints. Katie from USPS explained why the slips weren't USPS. Plains' lawyer kept objecting. Speculation. Foundation. The judge let in what had foundation. Owen came in pale, but steady. He took the oath. You work at Glenridge? Deborah asked. Yes. You saw a box of archive seals? Yes. Did your company receive delivery slips with signatures already printed? Yes. From Quality Notice Services. How did you know they weren't valid? Format and font didn't match USPS. And we hadn't mailed anything those days. Who coordinated this at your company? Evan Ross. Did you have contact with Charles Strong at Plains? Yes. He came twice. Said, originals never leave the safe, and if there's trouble, Jensen Systems has them. Objection. Hearsay, Plains lawyer said. He's testifying to his own meetings, the judge said. Overruled. The handwriting expert testified next. Specific differences. When asked if he could be wrong, he said, the chance it's the same signer is statistically negligible. Tom took the stand. He kept it simple. Notice the day of the lockout, drone, tracker, attempted break-in, threat call. No fluff. After lunch, Plains put on their side. They brought certified copies and claimed originals are in a partner's back office. The judge asked, where are they right now? We can't produce them without notice, counsel said. They're in a safe. Whose safe? Jensen Systems. Why didn't you inform the court earlier? We didn't expect originals would be an issue. In a foreclosure case, the judge said, staring over her glasses. Really? He swallowed. End of day, the judge said. We break until tomorrow. At 9 a.m. Those originals had better be on my bench. If not, I will consider sanctions and TROs in every related case in this county. Strong sat stone-faced. As people filed out, he leaned toward Tom. You don't understand who you're up against, he said. People who forget this is our county, Tom said. We remember faces. Strong left. Molly called that night. News. The AG just announced criminal charges against Glenridge and Quality Notice. Fraud on notices, forged documents. Press conference in the morning. Right on time, Tom said. Friday, 9 a.m., judge took the bench. No originals. Plains brought extra lawyers and tried to talk logistics. Enough, the judge said. TRO stays in full on Tom Grayson's property until this is resolved. I'm referring this to the feds. Any witness intimidation will be punished. The room clapped. The judge rapped her gavel. No applause. This is a court. On the courthouse steps, farmers crowded Tom. He doesn't like speeches, but he said, this isn't just my fight. It's ours. And we're not swinging fists. We're using paper, witnesses, and every honest voice. The video Molly shot traveled. Plains tried to retreat clean. They offered a settlement, cut some debt if Tom dropped claims. No, Tom told Deborah. We finished this. I agree, she said. Just don't gamble the farm on pride. Keep your head. Monday, Ross made bail. He walked into the AG's office and flipped. He laid out Quality Notice, Glenridge, Jensen Systems. He didn't want to talk about Strong, but when Deborah showed him Strong's bank memo, Ross caved. Strong knew, he said. He ordered originals kept off-site. He said copies were enough. They found originals 2 days later in a rented safe in another county. A few had visible corrections. When the feds hit Plains' office, Strong was gone. They found him a week later at a hotel near the Kansas City airport, trying to board a flight to Mexico. They took him in. The legal grind took months. It's not a movie. Every document is its own fight. But discipline works. Prosecutors built it brick by brick. Owen got temporary protection and moved across state lines. Jeremy volunteered as a tech explainer and helped the official experts make a clean presentation. Molly wrote steady. No hype, just facts. 3 months in, Plains Harvest announced internal reorganization. Truth is, they were winding down. Investors were out. Glenridge shut. Quality Notice dissolved. Jensen Systems paid a fine and admitted failures in custody procedures. Charles Strong got indicted. Conspiracy to commit fraud, obstruction, forgery. He pled not guilty. He was facing years. Tom's civil case settled, but on his terms. The court-appointed manager at Plains voided the lien, restored title, covered direct losses, and paid attorney fees. Tom signed with clear language. No gag. No limits on criminal testimony. It's a win, Deborah said. No fireworks, but a win. What about the others? Tom asked. Heidi's sale is canceled. The Quints get a do-over. Ben gets a clean restructure and a shot to buy back. Not everyone, but it's a start. They sat on Aunt May's porch. Evening settling in. She brought lemonade and cookies. What now, she asked. I take the jackhammer back. Kidding, Tom said, finally smiling. I get the combine off the impound and go to work. Help Ben with his papers. Take Liam to visit that college. You didn't get revenge, Aunt May said. You did what scares them. You turned on the lights. Revenge isn't a punch, Tom said. It's when their tricks stop working. Liam came out with the tracker. Set it on the table. Keep it as a reminder, he asked. As a tool, Tom said. So nobody hooks us again. When Strong's criminal trial started, the courtroom filled again. He stood in a dark suit, unreadable. The prosecutor kept it simple. This is about turning debt collection into a property-taking machine by skipping the law. Then documents, witnesses, audio clips, seal copies. Strong stared ahead. His lawyers blamed rogue employees, said Ross overreached, said the servicer failed. But the conference room audio about originals hurt. Nate on the stand with the Tri-County memo sealed it. The jury was a lot like Tom, small business owners, a teacher, a driver, one farmer. They understood the difference between owing money and getting robbed. A week later, guilty on 2 counts. Defense said they'd appeal. For the county, it didn't matter. The machine had stopped. Back on the field, Tom shut the engine off and looked at the horizon. Clear sky. Liam snapped a photo for Aunt May. The combine was home. No yellow tape on the shed. The knot in his chest didn't vanish. Things like that don't disappear overnight. But he wasn't alone anymore. Ben walked up with a folder. I'm starting over, he said. Thanks. Together, Tom said. This field always needs hands. Deborah texted. AG's office is setting up a compensation fund for affected farmers. Your case was key. Tom texted back. Good. Keep pushing. A month later, Molly set up a town hall. She called it, How Not to Fall into a Loan Trap. 50 people came, farmers, shop owners, retirees. Tom talked for 5 minutes. 1. Don't sign what you don't understand. 2. Check who's really sending you letters. 3. Keep every receipt. 4. When you feel rushed, don't run. Stop and call your people. Standing together is harder to move. After, a young guy in a mechanic's jacket came up. My dad's got a similar mess, he said. Can I reach out? Do it, Tom said. We're not closing doors anymore. No big ending. Just work. Tom and Liam changed oil on the combine. On the bench sat a stack of papers that wouldn't scare anyone now. Clean documents. Every page an honest tool, not a trap. On the wall was a list of numbers. Deborah, Molly, Owen, Jeremy, Nate. That was their network. It kept strangers from walking off with what wasn't theirs. Ready? Tom asked. Ready, Liam said. They fired the engine. It sounded the same as it did before all this. But it meant more now. Not just work. It meant they belonged here. It meant anyone who shows up with a folder and a smile will remember. In this county, we check the folder. And revenge isn't an explosion. It's discipline. Tom rolled out. The tires bit into the soil like they never left. He didn't look back. He knew who stood there. Those who helped. And those who thought they'd take it. He waved to the first group. The second didn't get a wave. They could see just fine. He dropped the header. Corn went down in neat rows. It was a workday. That was the point.